Charlie Villanueva. This is what he's done the last 2 games. The Big East top-scoring freshman, almost 16 points per ball game. Meanwhile, Rutgers playing some pretty decent ball. Their big concern tonight, Herve Lamizana, their big man, try to get him going. He's only 5 for his last 19 the last 2 games.
Yeah, and make no question about it. Now the competition steps up a big-time notch right now, so Herve Lamizana has to make good decisions. The passes, he knows that the Huskies will come at him, they'll swarm at him, so every decision he makes, especially early in this game, will be vital to the success of Rutgers tonight.
Rutgers and Connecticut getting it on here. Rutgers has been very good against top 10 teams under Gary Waters. Tonight, a major test. Number 1 in town for the first time. We'll tip it off right after this. And by Pontiac, fuel for the soul. Great crowd on hand, expecting a standing room only attendance here at the Rutgers Athletic Center here in Piscataway, New Jersey. Take a look at the starting lineups for tonight. Rutgers has sat Ricky Shields, their upperclassman guard, who's been struggling from the field. It'll be the 2 youngsters in the backcourt, Webb and Wooten, Lamizana, Xani, and Hill. And for Connecticut, an outstanding, just loaded lineup starting tonight. Tallied Brown at guard has been bothered by back spasms lately and hip and ankle problems as well. But that's a formidable lineup for the number 1 team in the country, the number 1 scoring team in the Big East, 8th nationally, and Emeka Okafor needs just 12 points to get the 1,000-point mark. That would be the 36th 1,000-point career score in Connecticut history and the 19th under Jim Calhoun. Jim Calhoun beat prostate cancer last year. 18th season at Connecticut, 99 national champions. 10-0 on the road as the number 1 team in the country. And Gary Waters in his 3rd year, 30-8 in this building. And talking to a few people around basketball tonight, the greatest fear of folks in the Big East is that he's going to continue to get better here, and this is just going to be a place you do not want to come and play. Here's what the series history looks like. 9-1 against Rutgers in Big East play. The only conference win almost 2 years ago. We are underway as Lamizana tips it back. Referees tonight, Tim Higgins, Ed Corbett, Will Bush. Tim Higgins got it right last night in that Texas-Providence game. And he said, thank goodness for the replay.
It sure helps, doesn't it? And it wasn't an easy one to figure out even after the replay last night.
Here's Ben Gordon, had a steal, but loses it right back. Marquis Webb. Boy, he is a big guard. Picked by Xani up top. Webb looking to pull up. Does. Can't get it. Ran down his own shot. A little old school basketball there. 6'5" freshman swingman. Here's Lamizana, has struggled mightily. Oh, in and out. Wouldn't go. And rebound by Okafor.
And see, that's the type of shot, a guy who is struggling. If you do start off, which is not the best move, taking a long shot, but you want that to fall down, get a lucky break. That's going to go the other way. Rutgers takes possession.
Boone dribbled it off his foot. Lamizana last game out, 1 for 12. Game before that, 4 for 14. Ouch.
Right, you have to come out looking to be confident and shoot the basketball. So I don't mean not to shoot the basketball if you have a good look. But if he doesn't hit the first 2 or 3, you better start parking yourself down in the lane and see the ball go through the hoop early on, especially against this Connecticut defense, which has been relentless.
3rd in the conference is the Connecticut defensive unit. And conversely, Rutgers has trouble scoring, 13th, next to last in the conference. Here's Wooten, who's been performing quite well of late. Wooten 5 for 8 and 4 for 9, his last 2 from the field. Lamizana blows by Denham Brown in traffic, got it underneath the hill, blew the layup. Here's Ben Gordon ahead of the pack. Tallied Brown, 1 man to beat. Nice body control, Tallied Brown.
Well, they give up a layup down one end, but not a bad delivery by Rutgers, even though they came away empty-handed. Lamizana did a nice little move through the middle of the lane there, creating opportunities, pushing it through the middle of the lane.
Here's Webb kicking it back outside.
Straight up man-to-man by Connecticut.
Wooten off the pull. No, won't go. They keep it alive. And here's Denham Brown. He's got Tallied Brown ahead of him. They fill the lane. Oh, nicely done.
That was a terrific dribble just then. Sometimes you get caught in no man's land. It looked like he was going to travel with the basketball, but good delivery there by Denham Brown.
Rutgers coming in, having lost its Big East opener on the road to Georgetown, 63-57. Trailed 29-11. Webb got him back in. They trailed by just 2 with 23 seconds ago. Lamizana trying to deal again. That was blocked by Okafor. Put back by Axane.
But notice the difference, though, Dave. The last 2 possessions, they're stepping towards the basket. Here we go again. Quick look down the floor for Connecticut.
Boone catches. He got fouled before the shot went up. And that's the great thing about Calhoun's clubs. When they're playing well, they quick strike after a made basket as well as anybody in the country. It's their #1 team. Boy, Jimmy's carried that mantle pretty nicely. 10-0 on the road. Hill with the foul for Rutgers his first.
Well, you're absolutely right, though, about Connecticut, Dave, the way they come out down the floor after made shots and missed shots.
Ben Gordon, you saw Villanueva in the game, and Ben Gordon, when he starts lighting up, there's almost no way to stop this club.
Well, I saw him have his triple-double this year earlier against Iona, and he was just on fire. And believe it or not, he had 16 rebounds in part of that triple-double, which I think, I asked the question, when's the last time you saw a guard get 16 boards?
Yeah.
Keep in mind, he's rebounding against his own guys out there, too.
Lamizana pull up against Villanueva, shot an air ball. Good D by Charlie. He's not.
Look at the arms.
Long arms.
Downtown.
Charlie Villanueva.
They're going to tee him up on that one.
He gets a tee on that for hanging on. Gary Waters was already out to the logo to call a timeout, down 8-2. How about the long? We were remarking watching Villanueva in warm-ups and in tape. He's so long.
And watch his understanding of what to do. It's one thing to get to that ball, but did you notice how he flipped the ball up and over? It's a legal play, but it's like a pass to yourself. Watch, he smacks it ahead. That's a terrific basketball play right there. Forget about the finish and the hang and all that kind of stuff, which is great. But that little thing separates him as a young player, his understanding of how to go after the ball and just to tap it ahead. Pretty remarkable early on.
George Blaney, longtime assistant, longtime head coach at several places. That Charlie likes it when the lights are on. Said he's not tainted. He wants to learn. He's got a great feel for the game. Big hands. He can catch the ball any place and turn it into a touch pass, which we just saw there. There's George in the glasses. There's George right there, former head coach at Holy Cross and Seton Hall.
A great bench that Jim Calhoun has put together.
Tom Moore, Clyde Vaughn. Terrific outfit.
Well, we've seen the Rutgers now a couple of times come down and take good shots, even though they've missed them underneath. But it's the quick releases that Connecticut just feeds off of. So let's see if Rutgers is going to take some time off the clock tonight. Let's see if they can get better shots after being patient.
Here's Wooten chucking one, won't go. Run down by Doobie. Rutgers now 1 of 8 from the field. Connecticut's 4 for 4 with 6 fast break points. Wooten, no rebound. Villanueva, they're going to run again. Even the big man, Okafor, in the middle. And a little bit too high, but he was in position.
Now, if those shots go down for Rutgers, you're going to hear these fans really get into it. But Dave, I don't know if early on you want to settle for those shots about 5 strides behind the three-point stripe. This team is too deadly on fast breaking.
I think the word in Spanish would be comprende. 8-2 Connecticut. Shields in the game, tosses. Oh, the launch won't go. Went down, it comes right out. Villanueva got knocked down.
Always looking for opportunities. Good post up on the blocks. Good strong drop step.
Sure was. Right out of the textbook. Okafor wasn't a bad offensive player when he came here. He's outstanding now. He's got all the low post moves, up and unders, and from 15.
Yeah, and he sets himself up well, and he understands what he can do. And they're a little late on the double team down low, but you have to really run somebody at him. Here's a straight up catch.
In and out. Lamizana, it was his foul. He just got the rebound. 8-2 Connecticut. Boy, Herve over the top, and he nails it. That had to feel good to get it going. His 10th three of the season.
Well, especially for him, as you touched on before, struggling the last 2 games. There's a step better job defensively by Lamizana. All of a sudden now the 6th man has arrived for the rack, and it's starting to pick up a little steam in here.
We have reached the first timeout. Rutgers starting to show some signs of life here, down 8-5. Villanueva, though, showing his freshman virtuosity. He's outstanding. One Connecticut leading here at Rutgers. They get it done through the fast break, and how about the deadly three-point shooting that Connecticut boasts? Ben Gordon and Denham Brown. What a combination.
And one of the things about them, too, Dave, is that you see a lot of teams shoot the three, and a lot of times you see bad shot selection from long range. Their shot selection comes off the fast breaks. It comes from interior passing. They usually seem to be real comfortable with the shot selection. Very infrequently do you see a forced shot by the Connecticut Huskies when it comes to the long-range attempts.
Connecticut, #1 in the Big East in three-point shooting, 4th nationally, and conversely, Rutgers is doing a fabulous job, #1 in the conference in three-point defense. Nice up and under. Lamizana against Charlie Villanueva. The coaching staff airs an opening right there. Tallied Brown, oh, he blew the bunny.
That was a great effort defensively, too, to make it a difficult shot. But Lamizana starting to park himself a little on the inside. Looks very comfortable.
Going up top over Charlie.
There we go.
That's a 2.
It's showtime.
9-8 Rutgers, and here we go. 7 for Lamizana.
Bring in the #1 team in the country and see what kind of reaction you get. It's a great test early on for Gary Waters' squad.
Denham Brown, great experience with the Canadian national team during the summer. No, rebound Shields, foul on Ben Gordon. Building holds about close to 85, 8,600, but it sounds like 4 times that when they get going here. Ben Gordon, his foul, #1. And Rutgers, after the brutal start, 3 for 3.
That was you and I shooting 1 for 10. Now they're 3 for 3.
And Rutgers, last in the Big East Conference at 40.9%. Nowhere to go but up.
And that's the attitude you have to have against this Connecticut team.
Dubé for 3. Quincy Dubé, the freshman from Grady High School in Brooklyn. 4-point lead, Rutgers.
Reading some of the articles in the paper this morning and afternoon, Jim Calhoun always concerned about coming into this building.
High off the glass from the fundamental school.
This place has been torture for a lot of teams coming this way.
Well, Calhoun's biggest worries is obviously we get a heck of a club. The biggest thing, I don't know how tough we are. And tonight's a great test, hostile environment. Team that we've lost to here, down low hill. Working on Okafor. Okafor got a piece.
He sure did.
Denham Brown got the rebound. Quick outlet. Here's Williams. Backs it out.
Okafor so quick with his instincts, his delivery defensively, and he usually keeps his body away from the offensive player to stop picking up the needless foul.
There's Marcus Williams, turn the corner, lefty, little short, rebound. Goes to Shimon Tools. So Tools with Marcus Williams, Denham Brown, Ben Gordon, and Emeka Okafor for Connecticut. You got Dubé, Lamizana, Hill. Down low, good catch by Okafor. They battle for it. Loose ball. Shields takes over. Joel Wiggin is in the game right now, running a point for Rutgers.
Yeah, they don't look like they're in a big hurry to get into a running game with UConn. Even right there, they might have had a chance to push it up.
Shields, long range. That won't go. He missed it. You mentioned Ricky struggling. 1 for 8 and 3 for 11 his last 2.
They didn't stop him from going back on D.
There's Ben Gordon on the attack, right down the lane. There's nobody guarding the front door. Second foul on Hill.
Second team foul, and it comes off the
Second team foul as well. Gary Waters named the best dressed coach in the nation by collegeinsider.com after last season. And he is very enthused about this ball club, and even more so about the recruiting class he's already signed. He's got a couple big folks coming in next year. He's got a guard that he's very confident that can run the point. So to go with the folks that are just getting their careers going now, he thinks that Rutgers could really be something special next season. But this year, so it all comes down to defense. And obviously with Connecticut, a great scoring team. Transition defense is critical. Coming into the game is Byron Joins, a 6'8", 6'9", 280-pound freshman center from Baltimore, who's down from 320. Coaching staff loves what he's done.
Well, getting back to your point, Connecticut early on, the competition, on and off, but they've been averaging 86 points a game. Clearly, Rutgers does not want to let this thing get above 70-ish if they can help it.
How about the fact that, just looking at the numbers, Connecticut has, coming off that win the other day at Rice, its only single-digit win all year. They've been killing people all year.
There they go again.
Turn it over. Marcus Williams, tip by Okafor. Well done.
Yeah, it really was the key about with Okafor. Once again, I just mentioned at the defensive end, he kept his body away from a shooter. There he goes over the top, but smart enough to keep the distance again with his body on the offensive rebound.
There's Lamizana. He's got a height advantage on tools. And there's a bump on Shimon.
Lamizana's doing a nice job right now of catching the ball and using his body to kind of position himself at first and doing a little duck over and duck unders. Here's a little straight action from long range. Here's the duck through, but he's setting himself up down low well. Here he steps back out for the long range shot. It's a nice mixture of things, which shows me that he's got his confidence back after two horrible games for Lamizana the past two.
Here's what he's done to this point. 7 points. Herve averaging just under 13 a game. Wiggin got it up, won't go. Kept alive.
Where is it, Dave?
That's a good scrum. And Tim Higgins said it went off of Marcus Williams.
So when we get out the ice pick and stab it, see if he can get the ball, deflate it, and roll it out.
Calhoun's going to get Charlie Villanueva back and give Okafor the 12-13 mark. Okafor, the consensus preseason national and Big East player of the year. Joel Wiggin, that's a good matchup, he and Williams. Lamizana. Calhoun figured, hey, at least get somebody who can look him in the eye. Charlie's not a great defensive player yet. Wiggin, tough shot, got the roll. That didn't look like it had enough elevation on it.
No, it didn't, but he kind of drifted away. Look at
look at this. Great look by Marcus Williams, Connecticut by 1.
A lot of times, Dave, I like to look at the shot clock after they come blistering down the floor. I didn't get a chance to, but there couldn't have been 31 seconds on the shot clock. It was so fast.
Good point. Shields trying to shake, fade away. That goes. Ricky Shields coming off the bench. He's hit a couple.
Here we go again.
A layup for Ben Gordon.
31 on the clock that time. I got it.
You gotta pay attention against Connecticut. I don't think many teams, name another team that often makes does it better than Connecticut.
I think that's one of their secrets. That's not a secret. It's well known that they do it as well as anybody in the country, if not the tops.
That's the thing I always admired about watching Larry Bird years ago. You know, a lot of guys would sulk. You get a basket, squirt him, he takes it, bang, layup.
Make you pay.
17-16, Connecticut. Pretty thrilling early start to this game. Back to Rutgers in a moment. To our game tonight, 17-16, number 1 Connecticut. And fast break has been their mode of operation tonight.
And this is after a made bucket. Gordon going down and delivering. Watch at the very end of this, Dave. You see above the ball there, you see 32 on the shot clock. That's a pretty good fast break after a made bucket, but they continue to push, and I believe the previous one to that, they got down the court probably just as quickly after a made hoop.
Doobie off the inbound, rims it. Here comes Brown. He's got help too. Gordon goes up, had a block. Doobie got a block. Ripped down by Armstrong. Back the other way. Webb's gonna back it out. Knocked away by Gordon. Boy, some quick hands out there. Real commitment to defense. Nice shake. Baseline flip. No. Tip. No. Shot an air ball. Here's Joins. No. Block. Great job in there by Connecticut. The freshman Boone got it. Shields over the top. Frenetic pace. He hits a three.
Sometimes that can rattle you, getting a couple of shots blocked. Exani with an easy tip in. Missed it clearly, but obviously the big bomb just then keeps the rack alive and well.
Knocked away from Boone momentarily. Behind the basket, no good. Shields rebounds.
And Joins with a nice defensive effort just then. Allowed the catch early on, but didn't quit on the play defensively, forcing them Boone to go a little bit further off the court than he wanted.
Doobie with a step. Floater. No. Kept alive.
Nice
Doobie
job.
gets it back.
Good job on the glass by Exani, wasn't it, to keep that alive?
We've been doing that for 4 years.
Yeah, great job just then. Just to flick the ball a little bit, allowed Doobie an opportunity to get it.
Ooh, nice catch by Shields. Boy, that was airborne. Webb steps into it. Tallied Brown giving him some room.
One team shooting.
Nice
quickly.
step there by Webb. Put it up. Drew contact. He'll shoot a couple. Boy, when he decided to go, boy, it was a nice explosive step.
And you try to time it and wait, pick a seam. And here's the seam, little delay, little hesitation. Good extension and good use of the dribble. A purpose dribble to find some space on the floor.
John Anderson, his first foul. Sophomore from Lakeland, Florida, number 31 for Connecticut. Marquis, Webb, 7 for 14 from the field coming in on the season. Just 30, make that 93% at the line. So a pretty good free throw shooter. Jim Calvin says, hey, let me get some defense in here. Get Okafor and some scoring with Denham Brown back in the game. They replace Anderson and Villanueva.
Clearly, in my mind, Dave, the storyline has been one team looking to go down the floor in a hurry and blister it down. That's Connecticut. Rutgers has been very patient. I think that last trip previous to this one, they had an opportunity to run almost a 2-on-1 break. They didn't really look for it, so clearly they're looking to take the time off the clock.
Gordon wanted that one, didn't he? Penetrate and get a nice flush from Okafor.
The decisions are so good by Gordon, flushing that one after around the defender, joins stepping up, but you really have to wait until the defender commits. He got him chest to chest. That's the time to release.
Great defense by Gordon on the ball. Doobie fires, no rebound. A great classic rebound by Okafor. Out of the Tim Duncan school, very fundamental. We mentioned it earlier. Here's Brown, tee up a three. That one will go. Okafor rebound, keeps it alive to Gordon.
He is a monster down low. If you don't root him out, get the body on him and push him out further, he's right around the glass.
4 boards so far for Okafor. Gordon with room, deep three, got it.
Little high screen action there. Defender Webb goes behind, gets tangled up a little bit. Not against that guy.
8 for Ben Gordon, his first 3 tonight.
Yeah, he's just too good from long range.
2-point Connecticut lead. Doobie being harassed by Tallied Brown. Cross-court Shields. Got a step on Brown. Inside. Okafor. Offensive foul. They say Byron joins a little bit too active. The wide-body defender rebounder.
He may have brought the left elbow.
Yep.
Jimmy Higgins has a good look. Let's see if the left elbow leaves. Not here, but now the left elbow. Yep.
Oh, yeah, it was up high.
Just enough high. It's watch now. This is where official Timmy Higgins is looking at. He sees that. By all standards, I don't know if it was that hard a wrap with the left elbow, but you put those babies up like that, and now you're coming up to the official's eye level. It's an easy one for them to see and a good call.
Byron joins, averaging 14 minutes a game, 3 points, 3 rebounds.
Plus an experienced officiating crew like this, and Timmy Higgins, and what they do initially to their Davis to establish that we're not playing with the elbows here, guys. Keep it clean and aggressive.
There's an open 3, knocked down by Rashad Anderson. So 25-20, coming up on 8 minutes to go. Connecticut in the lead.
Very early in this game, but probably as big a possession for Rutgers right now at their offensive end.
Good overplay, and Shields got it back. Boy, that's a deep hoist. Wow, Doobie will fire it right back up. He hits!
Here they come again.
Off of Makes. Tallied Brown just ramming it right at the defense. Can't get it. Exani's got it. Will Rutgers run? Yes, they do. Nice step going through. Shields is set. Fires. Got it!
They're teeing it up. And they are hitting the long ball again. Dave, that last one when Doobie got that ball come out to him, I don't think I've ever seen that where a guy's taking a long three. It hit so long. He never moved his feet. He waited for the ball and shot another 3. I don't think I've ever seen that happen.
Unbelievable. Okafor got hit. No, short rebound Exani. Rutgers with the ball and a lead by 1.
They are not looking to push it all, but they are looking to shoot the long one. Oh,
boy, he thought he got fouled. They're going to let him play. The freshman Boone goes up and Exani gets the foul. He'll make him earn a couple at the line.
They're going to hear that one here.
Ooh, wasn't that a classic bump and under and make a foul?
I thought so.
Ooh, man, there's all kinds of contact. He made an effort to shoot.
When you get the defender to bite, you're penalizing the offensive player right there, in my opinion. Now, he's leaning in, but they come down the other way. Exani goes for the block, and that's a good call at that end of the floor. And I think Lamizana missed one right there. They had an opportunity to go to the free throw line. He may have crossed the 3-point line, so he might have only been shooting 2. But he got the defender to bait and buy on the bait.
Well, here's Josh Boone. He's the one that bit. Good-looking freshman from Mount Airy, Maryland. Had a career-high 10 against UMass a couple of games ago.
8,500 people pretending they're officials in here too right now.
Look at these lead changes already. We still got 7:02 to go. Exani with the rebound. Exani, again, another one of those games, not a wow kind of game, but all the stuff that, that holds the thread together.
You have to keep him on the floor just to help out.
Webb penetrates and kicks. Look at this deep shot. No, Exani tipped. No, he got fouled. He was held down by Okafor.
Boy, they keep going and testing a little bit inside, but then they're patient enough and just throwing the Rutgers, throwing the ball outside long range.
Rutgers averaging 18 threes a game. I think they're going to get that in the next 6 minutes. Dave Sims, Tim Spinorca with you. Big East basketball, #1 Connecticut taking on Rutgers. First time a #1 team has been in this building. Boy, that rim will just not give Exani a break. The senior from Red Bank High School in Red Bank, New Jersey, the captain of the ball club.
Plus, Rutgers has had a couple of threes do exactly the same thing there. You heard that little in and out rattle on the rim, and they've kicked out.
That one goes for Exani, who's a 53% free throw shooter. 6:45 to go. #1 being pushed by Rutgers. 27-26. A lot of free balls going up there tonight, and a lot of them going in for Rutgers. Town and West Virginia. 6:35 to go. First half. Anderson, a fadeaway, rimmed out and no good. Here's Shields as he hit the front rim. It'll be Webb, Shields, Lamizana, Exani, and Wiggin on the floor right now for Rutgers. Anderson, Okafor, Ben Gordon, Charlie Villanueva, and Denham Brown for Connecticut.
Once again, the patience on the half-court set by Rutgers. Not in a hurry.
Webb is set up. I think Gordon knows that Wiggin can't beat him. Tough shot. Changed by Villanueva. How about that putback? Lamizana kept it alive.
Sure
and
did.
Shields got the putback.
A terrific effort by Lamizana to come from the outside to get a hand on that basketball. You're right, Dave, to free it up, to give his teammate an opportunity. There's the pass from the free throw line. Now watch Lamizana. He gets in there, gets the ball, frees it. And the next thing you know, you have a good opportunity for Shields along the baseline. And it is just some good activity. That's just real flat-out hustle right there by Lamizana to get that done.
Great lift by Ricky Shields, who did not start tonight, averaging 14 points a game. That's 11 for him, and there's still 5:58 to go first half. Rutgers by 4.
Clearly, when you take a guy out of the starting lineup, it takes some pressure off him.
Okafor, no. Charlie Villanueva, no. Put back Okafor and score it. Boy, relentless on the boards.
Wow.
The All-American.
Yeah, put Villanueva next to him and have Okafor. It's a dynamite double team here on the offensive glass. You see the early miss. There's the big tip. It allows Okafor a second opportunity. Boy, these guys are cooking. They're pretty tough when you take a look at the second chance points. Rutgers with 15 on their side. Pretty good number for Connecticut sneaking up there.
Exani takes a seat. Second foul. Joins back in. Rutgers the 4th leading rebounding team in the conference. Connecticut #1. So Okafor track with a three-point play. A little short. But he did cut into what was the biggest Rutgers lead of the night, 4 points. 5:41 to go. Connecticut came out just hitting everything, running like crazy, got out to a big lead, but Rutgers has done a spectacular job to get back into the game. In fact, take the lead. Here's Wiggin. That known as a real good jump shoot. Whoa, what a rebound by Charlie Villanueva. Down low, they go with Okafor. Back up top, Gordon. Deep hoist from there.
Wow, they're going to hear it. They'll let them hear that now. That was a long range. That was a settle. Not a good shot. We touched earlier on Connecticut very infrequently taking bad threes, but that one right there was just, I'm going to settle and try to put one up from long range.
Well, you said Jim Calhoun didn't get too upset at Ben on that one.
Yeah, it's hard to get too upset at a guy who shoots over 50% from long range.
Tough play, and he got bailed out. Joins down low against Okafor. He's used to muscling people. Jump hook. Denied.
It might be time to look who's behind you here. This guy blocks shots at a terrific pace, and he's got terrific timing. A lot of times shot blockers get them in on other guys, but he's very good one-on-one defensively also.
He's only 7th in Division I history in shot blocks. Wow, look at a rebound by Herve, but he came out of... Oh, they're going to get a foul.
Might have been a push by Gordon along the left side just then.
Oh, I thought maybe Herve was his own momentum, but they're going to say he got nudged out. So a foul on Gordon. His second.
Many times you get a hand down low when the big guy goes up. The little guys obviously can't jump as high with them. Shot goes up. Yeah, you see there's a hand.
He got a hand. He did get a hand. Yep. 1-1 in effect. As that was the 7th team foul in Connecticut.
Shot.
Yeah. Yep. I don't know if that aided and abetted his fall out of bounds, but there was contact.
Well, you need a little bit of acting too.
They get hourly credit for that at these institutions. Or... I know most schools have drama. I don't know if they have drama for basketball. Ben Gordon, tell you what, he was a poised young man when he came to the Connecticut Ball Club as a freshman. Lamizana can't get it. Just a 69% free throw shooter. Connecticut down a deuce. Pretty good look. Knocked out of bounds. Villanueva, last to touch it.
Yeah, it didn't seem as if he was ready to try to catch that basketball just then.
Gary Waters building a pretty good resume here at the Rack with 6 wins against ranked opponents in this building. His first year a couple of years ago, 15-2 in this building. Yep. And among his victims was Connecticut.
The first time the #1 has been here, huh?
Yeah. This building went up late 70s after that Final Four club. Kick back out to Shields, up top Lamizana. Step on Villanueva. He's feeling it. Herve's got 9. 32-28, Rutgers.
You can just see him playing basketball, Dave. He's just comfortable. He's looking for opportunities, but he's not forcing things. He's making smart decisions both inside and outside.
Anderson with a pop, no. Rebound. Right to Webb, who had the best position.
Sure did. He blocked out long range. A lot of times you forget on the perimeter to block your man out. That ball kicked right back at him.
They get Villanueva. The coaching staff for Connecticut says that Charlie's got a long way to go in terms of defense at this Division I level. Offensively, they have nothing to worry about. He is almost a finished product. Calhoun told me today he wants to get him a little bit stronger, but he totally gets it offensively. Defensive standpoint, a work in progress.
A work in progress, but young guys usually are, especially when they have that much offensive talent. Lamizana struggling at the line.
He missed his last 2. 18 foul on Connecticut. Tallied Brown inside. Yes, he did. Took too many steps. How about the influence there of Byron Joynes?
And while you're pressuring him so far out, he doesn't look to shoot the ball. Don't let him dribble past you to the lane.
Take a timeout. 3:41 to go. And #1 team in the country trails by 4 here at Rutgers. This is Big East basketball from the Rack in Piscataway, New Jersey, and #1 Connecticut being pushed by Rutgers 32-28. Connecticut off to a great start, but then Rutgers got right back in the game. Bricked a few shots, frankly, but started knocking down some long-range jumpers led by this man, Herve Lamizana. Joins way outside.
They're forcing Connecticut to come out and guard them, too, at that three-point stripe because they're not afraid to shoot the basketball from long range.
Lamizana spinning, going glass. No, too strong. Punch back by Tallied Brown. Shields has got it. Lamizana pump fake. Charlie goes flying. He shoots an air ball. Joynes saves, but here comes Tallied Brown. They got numbers. Denham Brown hard to the goal. Shot it short, but Okafor cleans it up. He hit the underneath of the basket, didn't he?
Yeah, he sure did. Shields and Lamizana were both working defensively on that play, which allowed Okafor to give him his credit. Ran the entire length of the floor in a hurry to follow that shot up.
10 points to the All-American Okafor.
Yeah, because there were 3 guys on the break for the Huskies, and Okafor was not one of them initially.
Joel Wiggins sets up Shields. Got deep. Oh, baby. Don't even think about it.
You know, Bill Russell's not going to like that because it went out of bounds if you're a purist, but boy, does he block a lot of shots.
Time now for our Pontiac top performance of the week goes to Ryan Gomes, 27-11 and 4 steals against Virginia on Jan 3. Well done by Ryan Gomes.
Yeah, one of the things that he does so well, second guy in right there, you see him just waiting it out, Okafor, and then just really clamping down on it.
His third block, and that was one of those, you have the audacity to bring that in here?
Yeah, exactly. How about George Blaney, assistant coach at the Huskies, also talking about the game at Rice, where he put up absolutely fabulous numbers. They said they weren't real happy with him totally. He only had one block shot. He was only 13 and 19 from the field, 14 rebounds, 27 points.
Hey, you didn't
happy with him.
Hey, kid, that wasn't good. What's wrong with you?
And George is doing a little tongue-in-cheek there too, but I mean, he's saying, but that's the expectation level that they have on this guy defensively.
Brilliant student, All-American, going to be a very high pick at the NBA. Count on that. He's a franchise player.
Yeah, and you know what? The quality of person that you're dealing with too. You're not going out on any limb at all from a risk parameter there with him.
Not at all.
As a quality of person.
He's on top of the top shelf.
Here he comes.
There's another one. Oh, man, number 4 for Okafor. Tallied Brown pressing the issue. Got in deep, and look at that. Oh,
baby.
Herve Lamizana.
We're having a party.
Breakdown. Look at that. Swinging back the other way. Lays it up and in. Rutgers lead 34-30.
Take a little of that down the other end, will you please?
Jimmy Calhoun says, let's stop the madness now.
This might look like a volleyball game with the spikes we're seeing here all of a sudden.
Yeah, what is Southern Cal and UCLA?
Go for it.
Well, that's it. I like the fact that Okafor gets flattened in the quick counter.
Yeah. See this one now, Okafor down his end, we're way up high here at the rack, and you can see this one developing where he's going to swat that. And if we can see it from up here, you have to recognize it down low. If it comes down the other end, terrific patience. And look at this fella, Lamizana, even it up, even the score.
Well, we're seeing number 1 and number 2 tonight. That is impressive. Make sure if you're going in, you want to make sure you got a chance to get it off the rim. Your radar, your sonar, everything needs to be jacked up big time. Because if you get close, somebody's going to stamp it rejected.
You're going to be eating leather, as they said, and be embarrassed.
Block shots got 10. We're double figures combined. It's been a while since I've seen one of these.
Yeah, I want to see the next trip Rutgers has down low if they're looking over their shoulder for Okafor now.
They got the big fella. Byron joins, who bench presses a team best 400 pounds for the foul. Coming up at halftime, stay with us. The Big East Wire coming your way. Players of the week, scores, highlights, and stats tonight. I think we can get the guys to put together a bunch of block shots.
Yeah, this is not going to be hard to find highlights for this first half. There have been a ton of good plays. If you like the long ball, you like shot blocks. I mean, there's been a combination of terrific plays here in this first half.
Okafor 0 for 2 at the line. 4-point lead. Biggest of the evening here for Rutgers. 123 and counting here in the first half. Wooten back in the game. They post up with Joins. He's not reluctant.
Uh-oh.
Up and up there. Left hand. No. Too strong. Rebound Okafor. He wins that battle.
Yeah, he got away with a foul, though. I think there was some body action. There was a nice little play stepping under by Joins just then.
Well, give him credit. He wasn't shy. Tallied Brown, not a shooting threat. He's a great setup, man. Denham Brown, he can shoot. Cut off. Down low. Oh, that's just exquisite. Rashad Anderson got in a position, got the ball for an easy.
Yeah, sometimes you have to make yourself available to your teammates, especially when they're in trouble. And he just gave himself a good spot, good line of vision there for the pass to come his way.
About a 16-second differential, 2 for 1. Wooten, no. Rebound Villanueva. UConn now can tie or take the lead with 30 seconds to go. Differential about almost negligible.
Better balance that time with Rutgers, though. They had pretty good poise in terms of the shot went up long range, and they had some guys drifting back to stop any fast breaks.
15, here's Tallied Brown trying to beat Wiggins. Wiggins, pretty good defender.
Yeah, but why would you play him out there? He's not going to shoot the ball from there.
Villanueva step through, turned it over. If he pulls up after he beat the first guy, he's got a 12-footer.
Right, exactly. Well, this is why they play the games, obviously. The rack is a little more difficult, and Gary Waters is his team playing very well here in the first half.
Villanueva will take a seat. Shimon Tools is back in.
They have plenty of time with Rutgers right now to get a shot off.
They set up Wiggins. Deep three. Hit it! Oh, my goodness!
What an uplift going into the break, huh? 5-point lead. Listen to the crowd. They're going to go wild and make Connecticut think a little, Dave.
Well, Jim Calhoun said This team will be tested tonight. No question about it. They hit a 3 to get the biggest lead of the half. Rutgers leading number 1 by 5 here at the rack. And Joel Wiggett is not known as a long-range shooter. Just his second make from deep.
Well, the Huskies decided to go for a trap at half court, and once you get beaten at half court, you have numbers beyond first wave, and Rutgers not shy with the long-range shot. They're letting it rip tonight.
Yes, they are. 5-point halftime lead for the Scarlet Knights over number 1 Connecticut. Halftime coming up right after this. Welcome back to the rack, everybody. A 5-point Rutgers lead over number 1 Connecticut. Very entertaining first 20 minutes of basketball action. Dave Simpson, Jim Spinarco, and Jimmy. 8-2, Connecticut goes up early. And that almost, a lot of times, is a knockout blow. You got to give Rutgers a lot of credit for coming right back. They outscore them 35-24 for the rest of the half.
Yeah, especially, Dave, I thought one of the things they did well is they decided to go slow against Connecticut, which I think makes a whole lot of sense. They were settling on the long-range shots, and Lamizana, if you recall, found a little dip-down move, went down low a little bit, so they started to mix things up a little bit. So they weathered that first storm. A lot of teams don't have that luxury against the Huskies.
How about that? And the other thing, too, a season high in field goal attempts from three-point range for Rutgers. They shot the ball with a lot of confidence.
Well, they did. And the problem that can happen there is you can be off and not shoot the ball real well. But at home right here where they're tough against teams, they get the fans to get involved when the shot goes down. Everybody thinks, regardless of whether it's a good shot or not, they see the ball go through the hoop from long range. It's like a touchdown, breakaway touchdown in football. Everybody gets up and goes crazy. And in this place, it makes it difficult for the opposition.
Let's take a look at some of the first half highlights and statistics. The highlights brought to you by the good folks at Hyundai.
Well, a lot of different types of highlights. The Huskies early on were looking to push Brown coming down the floor in a hurry, trying to make things happen. They looked poised at the beginning of this basketball game. Gordon with a little duck around, looking for his jump shot. Long-range Anderson. So the Huskies looked comfortable throughout the half. And Lamizana, as I touched on, a nice combination of inside play and outside play to make things happen for Rutgers. But they were coming down the floor, not in a hurry to push on the brakes, but going down the floor to look for shots. And then it was Mr. Okafor stepping up and just flat out playing the defense, swatting things left and right. And the Huskies look good defensively for periods of time, but you have to give credit to the Rutgers team because they've weathered the storm early and they're playing pretty controlled basketball.
Look at that. More shots from three-point range by Rutgers than Connecticut. Connecticut, their number 1 three-point shooting team in the conference. Second chance points, advantage Rutgers. Turnovers, advantage Rutgers. And how about Okafor? 10, 9, and 5 blocks. What do you look for here in the second half real quick?
Well, what I look for is the same type of style that Rutgers played. Control the tempo of this basketball game, and they'll be in good shape.
We'll take a break and come back to start the second half. Number 1 Connecticut on the road here at the rack, trailing by 5 to Rutgers. 7-32 over Connecticut. And one of the things that Gary Waters wanted to turn around coming into tonight's game, the turnovers, they've been brutal the last few games. He said, hey, in all my years at Kent State, we might have averaged 10 turnovers per year. He said, this is eating me up. He says, we're probably averaging 16 since I've been here at Rutgers. He said he had 2 four-year starters at Kent that he never had to worry about. He says, we got a guy coming in next year that's going to help us, but we've got to maintain better control of the ball, and they've done that tonight with just 3 turnovers.
And against a team like the Huskies, they pride themselves on turning you over also. As you take a look at Gary Waters' record at the rack over the last 3 seasons, not too shabby, huh?
Not at all.
Is that 35-8?
Yep.
But the Huskies really come at you defensively. Gary Waters knows that, and I think he has to be totally satisfied with the way that the team has handled the pressure, although I would expect the Huskies maybe to switch things up defensively a little bit. Would not be surprised to see them try to extend a little bit to the 3/4 court press that they use, 2-2-1 sometimes, just to rattle Rutgers up, see if they can rattle them on their home floor here.
John Lambobarda, one of our favorite stat guys of all time, just said 30-8.
What did I say?
35.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was trying to add up the other side.
I did the same thing.
You say yes?
There we go. Starting the second half, they go down low to Okafor with Denham Brown, Tallied Brown, Ben Gordon, and Josh Boone.
By the way, did I ask John for his opinion on that?
Here's Shields getting on the ball. He starts it for the second half. Okafor knocks it out of bounds. It'll be Wooten. there with Webb, Shields, Hill, and Lamizana for Rutgers.
It's like my perfect year in 2004 is over early.
Yeah, right. Hey, you know. I don't think I waited that long.
I didn't either.
Good defensive pressure by Ben Gordon. They go into Hill, guarded by Okafor. Solid man-to-man defense. Shot clock at 15. Nice job by Gordon to get through the pick. Boone. Webb. Lamizana with 7, with 5. A deep hoist. Went glass, no. Boone comes away, and they're going to run. Okafor ahead of the pack. Look at this. Goes up, blows the layup, but he got fouled. Shields fouled him.
Just enough from stopping him for dunking the basketball, but does he ever get out in a hurry for a big guy? Everybody loves his athletic ability. He notices that he's not in the play. His team is going to get the rebound, and off he goes to the basket. And a good drive to the hoop, good strong move. Shields just coming back to get a hand on him.
First foul on Ricky Shields. Okafor sitting on 998. Denied 99. Boy, that's a shame of a spinner around the ring. 0 for 3 tonight.
That had a pitcher's curveball spin on.
Yeah, right.
Did it?
Okafor in the season at just 58%. Oh, tough night. Tough night.
That's probably the only thing that the Connecticut team doesn't do real well. Shoot the ball from the free throw line at 60% on the season.
Man, that's next to last in the conference. Wooten with a quick trigger. Hits. I like his ability out of Detroit. Here's the quick counter by Connecticut. 8-point lead, biggest of the night for the Scarlet Knights of Rutgers. Denham Brown over to tallied. They go inside to Okafor. Spins inside. No. And followed by Boone is good, but the foul before.
Rutgers continues to be patient at the offensive end. Long-range shot from the right corner. The pull-up jumper by Wooten. And once again, defensively, the Huskies just a touch late getting out to the perimeter to guard the three-point shot.
Galvin Wooten came in shooting 50% from three-point range. Here's Okafor still looking for that first free throw make. The foul is on Hill, his third. Team second. There's 999 career for Emeka Okafor. Sean Exani, I tell you what, if you're keeping a hustle board, tips, extra passes, the right pass, a good box out, his box was filled up nicely in the first half. So Okafor with his first make at the line tonight, and he's looking for career point number 1,000. Tim Higgins, somebody got rid of a, looked like,
was it a mouthpiece?
Yeah, that's what it is, mouthpiece. Well, the sterilizer. It's gonna be tough to put it back in your mouth. Maybe not. Maybe not.
Calls and flus, and now everybody's touching the mouthpiece.
Yeah, maybe not. Got any hot water?
Maybe we're good that we're up elevated here. We don't want any part of that.
There it is. Career point number 1,000 for Emeka Okafor. 36 1,000-point score, Connecticut, and the 19th under John Calhoun. And a foul off the ball, a third foul on Ben Gordon. Boy, that's critical. And that comes at the 18:26 mark. First team foul for Connecticut. Ben's got to be careful.
Let's see if Webb, a young player, takes advantage of it. If you don't want to force it, but if you clear it out on one side, you may want to take a little extra stab at going one-on-one with them.
Nice up fake. Lamizana pull up too strong. Exani tip. There you go with the hustle board again. This time he got one to go on the tip, 42-34.
First half he had one just like that he just guided past the rim. Good stay, though.
Okafor too strong. Rushing it. Here comes Rutgers. They got numbers 4-on-3. Wooten to Webb. He's open. He fires. No! Rebound to Boone.
That's one of the things, Dave. When they've had the numbers coming down the floor, they've been going outside, which is unusual.
Okafor gets the loose ball. Denham Brown is there. Back to Okafor. Layup. Count it. And he'll go to the line.
That was one. Rutgers have been selecting fouls against Okafor the last two trips down the floor. That one there, you almost have to back off, even though it's hard to do when you're Exani in that spot because you're out of position because of the little funny kick that this ball has. There it is right here, a little dish off, and yeah, it's 2-on-1 down low. It's pretty good execution, interior passing by the Huskies.
Case closed real quick on that one as Exani leaves his third foul.
Okafor on his way quickly to his second 1,000 points.
Boy, he had a good rhythm and form on that one. It just wouldn't go for him. Lamizana comes up with the loose ball. 6-point lead. Rutgers.
That's why, not a bad thought by Rutgers to keep fouling him down there. The problem is that guys start to head to the bench with foul trouble, so they can space him out. Just don't give him the easy gimmies.
Webb being guarded outside by Rashad Anderson. Got a step. Powers inside. Okafor made him change his shot. Connecticut comes up with it. Did he walk? It certainly looked like it. Oh, great pass to Tallied Brown. Ooh, that's impressive.
It sure was. And you know what was impressive too, Dave? That pass, just like you touched on, Brown never put the ball on the floor. Catch and move it.
What a fabulous understanding by Tallied Brown how to play that point guard position. 42-38. Villanueva can really finish. He's got 6.
Well, this is the first pretty important trip for Rutgers in the second half. They had 1 or 2 in the first half that they answered.
Toole's second foul. Look at Villanueva finish this.
And you see, you don't even get to see Brown almost with the basketball, but Villanueva coming quickly down to hide the basketball and go by people.
The way he hit it was outstanding.
Well, you want to tuck it, get away from the defender's strip.
Sure.
And he's got some tools.
Wooten, a runner. Oh, off the glass, too.
Upstairs on the ladder.
Here's the counter. Charlie, how did he make the catch?
Let's see if they go to the basket this trip. 3-on-2.
Here's Shields. Whoa. Did a good job to go up and take the body. He knew he was going to get hammered. Yeah. Took some courage to go in there. They got their money toward too, didn't they?
Even on a 3-on-2 break, which is executed. Look at Okafor from behind now. Comes over and he clearly fouls. But look at his response. And here goes Wooten up the ladder, up the step ladder, bang, put it off the glass.
So the foul on Tallied Brown, his first. Tough break for Shields, who didn't start tonight.
Also walked away from the line just then. Small little thing, but you have to stay on the line until you finish the shot.
He's an 83% shooter, so he's a guy they depend on to knock down those shots.
It'll be interesting to see right now, after he missed the first, does he stay on the line?
Good call.
Yep, stayed there. Didn't make it, but that was long.
Gary Waters frustrated at getting nothing out of that trip. Villanueva dials a 3. No, sir, not this time. They battle for a lot. Okafor kept it alive. The tools.
The other thing, too, Villanueva, a big guy shooting long range, come off softly.
How about long range? Anderson had his feet set. It was launched. 3-point game. Here comes UConn. That's 8 for Anderson.
That's why you got that grimace from Gary Waters a couple of moments ago, Dave, because the free throws, he needs every single point tonight. He knows Connecticut's not going to go away easily.
By no stretch of the imagination. Here's Shields feeling it tonight. Williams back the other way, a 6-point advantage for Rutgers. Villanueva trying to operate. Gets inside. Oh,
look at this. Look at this.
Oh, baby.
Charlie. Squeeze one out.
Charlie can get it done on offense.
Just a little glide through the lane. Watch the big extension and the hands go to work. Very, very good hands with the basketball. Good feel for what to do with it to finish things off.
Joins his third foul. Villanueva on the night with 8 points. Back with more in a moment. Welcome back, everybody. We're at the Rack. It's a sweat house tonight, and Rutgers putting some pressure on Connecticut as we check Shooting the Rock, brought to you by Rolling Rock Beer. Hey, grab a rock. Rutgers having a very productive night. 19 hoists. They've hit 8 of them. And Connecticut right there as well, but not near as many attempts as Shimon Tools comes down with it.
Yeah, giving up an offensive rebound just on a missed free throw. You have to anticipate more misses here with Connecticut on the road. They're a 60% free throw shooting team.
Okafor down low. Blocked Okafor. Breakout. Nice job, Williams. Here's Charlie Villanueva. Pull-up jumper's good. Oh, that was sweet.
It was sweet, and it was a good decision, too, because he had Okafor underneath the basket who was guarding. He had 4 Connecticut players down the floor with him after that kick steal.
Villanueva with 10. 2-point deficit for number 1 UConn. 9 rebounds for Villanueva.
Got to get Lamizana some touches. Here we go, down low. Got to give it to him.
Bad pass, but he got the delivery and one.
Good spot up by Lamizana. He hasn't touched the basketball enough recently. He was really active in the first half, almost silent in the second half, really. Hasn't gotten enough touches. He posts up down low. He really doesn't catch the ball, but he stops it. And a lot of times, guys with good hands will recognize if they can't catch it, you have to at least stop it, gather it in, and then make your play.
Lamizana, 5 for 13 tonight. And he's done a great job rebounding in the last 2 games where he went 5 for 26 as Villanueva will take a seat. We'll see him and Shirley there. The numbers there on Herve for tonight. Young man out of Abidjan, Ivory Coast in Africa. Back rim, rebound Shimon Tools. For Williams, Boone, Tools, Okafor, and Rashad Anderson on the floor right now for Connecticut. Williams with a nice shake, tried to lead for Okafor. What a catch. Got mugged underneath.
Hey, Joynes making him pay for the little drift to the basket. I mean, you talk about a heavy-duty foul. Like somebody else was down there getting a hand in it.
Joynes is 4th.
He'll be down low also. Well, put him to the line. He's not really knocking him back.
Not at all.
Free throw line, make him shoot the basketball.
If you're just joining us, Okafor has joined the 1,000-point career club at Connecticut. There's Okafor now 2 of 8 at the line. Connecticut as a team, 4 of 12. Ajani back. There he places the big guy, Byron Joynes, and neither team exemplary at the line tonight.
Well, you have to play the percentages, especially. Do you want Okafor standing 2 feet away trying to dunk the ball, or you want to put him 15 feet away?
Oh, he missed that one, too.
Problem is they're going to mount up some fouls.
That ball went out of bounds. And it's going to be Rutgers, but timeout call. We'll be back 14:45. Rutgers holding on to a 4-point lead here at the rack against number 1 Connecticut. Back, everybody. 14:45 to go, second half. Rutgers holding a 4-point lead. Biggest lead's been 8 for the Scarlet Knights. And this by a Scarlet Knight team that was down 8-2 to start the game. Ben Gordon in foul trouble here in the second half, back in the game. Sets up Boone, down low. Lamizana shuts him down again. Trifecta, no, but Boone wins it on the 3rd try. Well done.
Yeah, it really was. Good stay, just then not getting rattled, sticking with the play until it was actually finished. Lamizana, again, a factor defensively also, though.
That's been a very impressive freshman. Here's Doobie, pull-up, got room, roll around, no. Good rebound by Boone. Huskies on a run, Marquis Williams. This little stutter step, good cut inside, reverse, no, put back Okafor. Tools missed it. Okafor's 10th rebound. That gives him his 37th career double-double. It ties the score at 49.
That was a terrific break, too, with Williams with a pretty nice dish just then along the baseline to Tools who couldn't complete, but Okafor always around.
Score's been tied only twice. Fine play by Gordon to keep it alive to Okafor. Here's Williams back the other way. Boone posting up down low. Dave Sims and Jim Spinarca with you at the rack in Piscataway. And Okafor, the All-American, gives Connecticut its first lead since 25-23. The number 1 team in the country has really been pushed here by the Scarlet Knights, Jimmy. Yeah. Trailing by as many as 8.
And Dave, in their half-court executions, Rutgers has been very efficient for most of this basketball game. The next 3 or 4 minutes is clearly a big time for them.
Shields continues his hot stroke tonight.
And that is a huge shot because UConn was starting to get some rhythm, starting to get a little confidence in their game, especially up and down the floor. The big-time answer right there with just about 13 minutes to go. 17
for Ricky Shields, 4 threes. He's done that coming off the bench, struggling mightily coming in. 4 for his last 19 the previous 2 games. 1-point Rutgers lead. Ben Gordon in foul trouble with 3. Shot clock at 10. Gordon in trouble. Throws it away. Marquis Williams there to bail him out. Taken away by Ajani. Here comes Rutgers, 3-on-2. Joel Wiggin waits for Shields. They guard him. Get on the floor.
Go for a timeout, possibly.
We got timeout called by Exani.
Good judgment right there. A fumble. Shields and Exani both go after the basketball. You have to think possession before you slide out of bounds, and think timeout. You got to be thinking constantly. Exani with terrific hands to get this thing going the other way. Notice the break or lack thereof by Rutgers, though. They come down the court. Good smart play right here by Shields to call timeout. But what they've been doing all night, Dave, is when they have had numbers, they've opted to fan out and look for the three rather than attack the Huskies, which goes against the grain usually of basketball because you're looking for these opportunities to go 3-on-2, 2-on-1. Rutgers been looking, and that's why they shot the 16 threes at the half.
And how about this? We're talking about a team that's 10th in the Big East Conference in three-point shooting.
Right, exactly. So it goes against the grain, but it's been effective. But still have a ton of basketball to go against that #1 team in the country right now.
1, 2, 3, 4. 12:34 left on the clock. 1-point lead for Rutgers. Shields will inbounds. Tonight attendance 8,044. It's a sellout. And this is one loud building. Shields with a shake on Brown in the paint. Taken away by Okafor.
He needed a chest protector on that one.
3-on-3. Ben Gordon blocked, but a foul before.
Yeah, that should be on Doobie down low because Exani was up high and got the block cleanly up high.
Ben Gordon with 8 points in the first half, none here in the second.
Does Okafor get a block on that, or does he get a steal?
That's a good question. Where do we go, John? What do you think? No block.
Go Kelly. Yeah, you can't block him with your chest, I guess. That was a steal of some sort that goes the other way.
Ben Gordon's had a fabulous career at Connecticut. All-rookie team as a freshman. Last year, second team all-conference. Leading scorer this year. He's got 5 25-point-plus games already. At 34 against UMass last week on 7 of 8 from 3. Connecticut takes the lead again, 53-52. That was the 16th foul on Rutgers. Connecticut has 4. Webb with Exani, Shields, Doobie, and Hill on the floor right now for Rutgers.
Let's see if they can get the ball down low a little bit, be protective with it without Lamizana around.
Exani down low, up fake. Got Okafor in the air. He'll shoot a couple.
A great hesitation by Exani. At first, the pump fake, I think he thought in his mind, I got Okafor here, and he's not buying. Watch this right here. He says, he's not buying it, and then he just patiently waits it out, and Okafor commits. Terrific move there by Exani to just be patient and make something out of really nothing. There he comes back and puts it up.
Exani put the second foul on Okafor, Rutgers captain. Those don't begin to tell the story of what he's done tonight in terms of continuity, keeping balls alive, setting the extra pick, making the extra pass. Not spectacular, but effective.
He sure has been.
Boone out, Villanueva in for Connecticut. Rutgers still looking for its first make at the line this half, now 0 for 5. UConn with the ball and the 1-point lead. Williams being pressured very effectively by Doobie. Great see Doobie at a Grady High School in Brooklyn. Charlie Villanueva. So smooth. Tough shot. Won't go. Bodies all over. In a hurry. Here comes Webb.
Here come the numbers.
Doobie fires. 3. No. Kept alive. Run down by Denham Brown.
Look at Okafor down there.
There's Exani again. Another hustle board play. Okafor got hit in the mouth, but he'll be okay.
Yeah, he took a good shot accidentally by Exani.
In quotes.
Man. That was football-like, wasn't it?
Sure was. Coming up on 9 minutes in here, second half. Doobie hesitation dribble, looking for something. Put it up, no good. Hill's there, pump fake, draws the crowd, out of bounds. Knocked out of bounds by Connecticut.
Okafor wants a little break.
It's going to announce the winner of the DVD player from Alice.
Connecticut with a 1-point lead, 53-52 and 11:03 to go.
Just won a DVD.
Emeka Okafor took a shot to the nose inadvertently from Sean Exani as they were vying for a loose ball. Here's another look at it. Look at Exani's right elbow. Yow.
Comes right up. It's similar to the old football play where the tight end comes across and one of the backs catches him. But in this particular play, Exani's right arm, as you touched on, went right across the face. hard to tell whether it was nose or upper lip, but a little bit of blood over there.
Here's Doobie on the inbounds. Doobie inside, runner, no. They battle for it, they keep it alive. Connecticut wins it. They break out. Williams back the other way. Oh, great kick.
And a beauty.
Thank you, Marv. And he got it some FaceTime. There we go. Storyline. The turnovers. Rutgers had been brutal in turnovers the last few games. They've valued the ball nicely and taken a lot of shots from three-point range, and they're making a fair share.
This would be a nice time for them to test the waters down low without Okafor on the floor.
And a foul before. 12 lead changes, 3 ties in this game. And Rutgers has had the largest lead. It was 8 points. Shields, his second foul, team 7th. That's going to send Denham Brown to the line. Having an outstanding year. 7 points, 5 rebounds a year ago. This year, 14 points, 5 rebounds. 53% from the field as Okafor getting a chance to shake it off.
Yep, trying to stop the bleeding right now.
Well, UConn having a brutal night at the free throw line at just 6 for 17.
When you beat people by a bunch of points, doesn't matter too often, bad free throw shooting. But when you're in close basketball games, it comes back to haunt you big time.
Excellent point. Yeah, that number's contrasted by their 24.1 scoring margin, which is 3rd nationally, 1st in the Big East Conference.
Lamizana back on the floor right now. Let's see if they can try to get him active once again.
Connecticut with a 2-point lead. Here's Joel Wiggin, penetrates. Ball was hit, no travel. Doobie fires, that's a 3. Hits!
Oh, he got ripped on the arm also. Williams got away with one.
Villanueva, hook shot, no! Rebound, goes to Hill.
See, the last trip down the floor, Rutgers ended up with a 3, but they went to the well first and then kicked it out. Let's see if they continue to try to penetrate. If they have a lane, go to the basket. If not, then kick it out. Don't settle for the long-range shots.
Rutgers by 1, under 10 to go. Regulation. Doobie with a step, runner blocked by Boone, takeover by Villanueva.
Don't float the ball to the basket against UConn. They're just too powerful defensively.
Feet set, Gordon fires, no. Rebound Lamizana, he beat Boone.
Pace is starting to pick up a little bit. Let's see if Rutgers can, here they go. They're going to back it out a little bit right here, Dave. I was just going to say, the Huskies are trying to get them to go up and down the court with them. The Rutgers game plan has been to sit on this basketball and execute at half court. So far, so good for Gary Waters' team.
Listen to this sellout crowd. Lamizana, he's abused Villanueva a couple of times. Oh, boy! Shelley with the Oscar on that one.
From our angle, the question becomes whether the left arm led. Let's see if the left arm leads. Shoulder first.
Yeah. Play on.
A little bit of a flop.
For those of you in the Philadelphia area, memories of Bill Barber of the Philadelphia Flyers a while ago.
Okafor back in.
He's inside. Gordon wanted that and scored on the reverse.
Actually used the basket as a shield just then for him. Lamizana was coming down to try to block, got his hand tangled in the net. Nice little reverse there by Gordon with the good dish from the high post, high low by Okafor.
Back and forth we go. Here comes numbers. Alley-oop. Bang!
3-on-1s. They are very, very good on the break.
3-point lead, Connecticut.
Another big-time possession for Rutgers right here.
Is. Doobie got down low, and Williams bumped him.
UConn starting to settle in with their offensive sets, passing the basketball pretty well. There's the big fella looking down low. Watch Gordon come back. And you see Lamizana. Not only does he get his hand in the net, but a little bit on the rim. And Gordon here with the defensive play, and watch the big fella going to finish things off going upstairs.
It was just a matter of degree of difficulty.
Looked a little like the Open tonight.
Yeah, that's right. There's a foul before the ball's put in play. Villanueva.
That's his third.
His third.
The Huskies older than him.
So 17 fouls, 1-1 in effect.
Herve Lamizana will shoot 1-1.
So important, the free throw line. Both teams in the bonus right now. UConn with a 3-point lead.
Need to get going here from the line, and especially UConn. Lamizana, 69% on the season coming in. Brings Rutgers to within 2. Herve had been taking his slump very hard to Gary Waters. He said he knows it's his last year. If he wants to do anything at the next level, he's got to get going. Well, he certainly has answered the call tonight, making it a 1-point game. Here's a quick strike. Okafor got fouled. If you don't pay attention, they will burn you. And they do it time and time again.
A couple of times we saw it in the first half of tonight's basketball game. Rutgers scored a basket. By the time the shot clock got to 31, UConn had scored twice going down the other end. So you must pay attention to them, regardless of whether it's a make or a miss. They are just deadly on the fast break opportunity.
Adrian Hill picked up his 4th. Over for a brutal 2 for 9 at the line tonight. And yes, it's got to be playing on the old noggin.
Well, we'll start the countdown at 8:34, Dave. Rutgers is 2 for 2 from the line. UConn is now 0 for 1. My guess is that that's going to be a telling stat coming down the stretch here.
Bank it. No question. Got that one to roll. 2-point Connecticut lead. Gordon picking up his defense. So's Villanueva. Webb's a freshman. Welcome to the Big East, young man.
Trying to get Lamizana active, trying to get to the blocks if he can. Villanueva is just keeping him out high, though, about 8 to 10 feet away. Here he comes again. There's a foul. Good move by Lamizana. He was patient, waited it out, didn't swing the arm. Gets another foul on the big fella at the other end.
Villanueva's 4th. And that will get Jim Calhoun to dip back into his bench and bring on seniors Shimon Tools out of Coatesville, Pennsylvania. Villanueva, though, has been effective at the scoring end with 12. He's got 10 boards, too, so another double-double for Charlie.
Yeah, his size, his activity. He'll probably sit another 3 minutes or so, right?
5 for 14 Rutgers. Springfield, don't reserve any space, okay? Herve got that one to go. Rutgers to within 1. Clyde Vaughn imparting some lessons to Charlie Villanueva. And George Blaine said the young man wants to learn. He is an absolute sponge. Tie ball game at 8-10. The Rack Monster has life tonight. Tallied Brown running the point for the Huskies. Here's Denham Brown with Okafor, Ben Gordon, and Tools on the floor right now. Ben Gordon with the left hand slashes in. Where it goes! Great English on that ball in the release. 2-point lead.
Absolutely. And smarts also when they're struggling a little bit at the offensive end. Take it towards the glass. Make something happen. Make them defend you a little bit tougher. And you're right. He sliced enough and a quick little flip with that backspin.
And, ooh, they got Gordon on that foul. That'll be his 4th.
Yeah, he came around that screen in an odd fashion. Lamizana was there. Could have been a touch of a bump to get him going that way. Watch him come across this screen here. Does Lamizana cause him to go up? And there's a little bit of contact, but I don't think it's a moving screen. I think it's okay. It's a foul against Gordon.
So Ben's 4th. He'll have to take a seat at the 7:30 mark. Anderson comes in for Ben Gordon. Gordon on the night with 14 points, 6 here in the second half. Rutgers has now made its last 5 at the line. This is the freshman, Webb. Marquis Webb out of Patterson Catholic in Patterson, New Jersey. Tie ball game. 7:30 here to go at the Rack. They roar at Rutgers, tied at 61. Villanueva with a double-double in a beauty. Sellout crowd at the Rack this season, enjoying a very fine game. 61 all. Rutgers pushing #1 Connecticut. 7:30 to go. Both teams will be shooting double bonus with the next fouls. Token pressure put on by Wooten against Tallied Brown. So Lake Brown with Shimon Tools, Denham Brown, Emeka Okafor, and Rashawn Anderson. Brown taken away by Xanny. Again, another hustle board play by the Rutgers captain.
Good anticipation, good smarts. A nice little delivery by Okafor across. No argument from Jim Calhoun and George Blaney because Xanny was right there, right on top of it. Excellent defensive positioning and play.
Wooten with Lamizana. Xanny. Shields and Webb. Wooten. Down low, Lamizana. He's got a height advantage on Tools. Working on him. Goes after him. Off the rim. Second tip is good. Rutgers back on top by 2.
When they isolate Lamizana on the blocks, they have to remember not to run people through the middle of the floor because what they do there is they bring Huskies towards him defensively. If they're going to isolate, let him have some room for a second.
Lamizana with 17. 2-point lead, Rutgers. 6:40 in regulation. 15 lead changes, 5 ties in this one. Rutgers has had the biggest lead of 8. First time number 1 has been in this building. Denham Brown tied up, lost it. Whose ball?
They're going here.
Rutgers ball. Timmy Higgins had a good look from the outside. Eddie Corbett was blocked. Rutgers takes over.
Rutgers trying to pack it in a little bit defensively to make sure Okafor does not become a factor. Take a check at these numbers right here.
Kidding?
Well, usually they're flipped and reversed when the Connecticut Huskies have their game in their way.
Webb, ooh, man, almost got away with one there. High pick by Xanny.
Good patience, though. You see the patience right here?
Lamizana in trouble. Wow.
Bad decision.
Bad. Oh, my goodness. Is he all right? He's okay. Very good defense.
Yep.
Nice segment there by Connecticut. Connecticut down a deuce, under 6 to play. They look for Anderson to start it. Down low, Okafor against Xanny. Raises up, no good. Rebound, Lamizana.
Choosing to let Xanny go one-on-one defensively. Okafor is very good. You notice that little body bump to give himself some space that allows him to shoot that little jump hook without anybody contesting him. Great work defensively, though, by Rutgers on the glass.
Wooten trying to get free. Up top, deep hoist, Shields. Well, they had to blow the roof off of the place if he had hit that one. 2-point lead still for Rutgers, 5:20 to go.
You can take a chance when you're up a bucket like that to really put a nail out there in the coffin, but you just have to be careful that you don't shoot your way out of a lead also from long range.
Well, Jim Calhoun said, I got to find out how tough this team is. What do you think his evaluation is at this point, down to 5:18 to go in regulation?
Well, first of all, I think it's welcome to the Big East Conference play.
Thank goodness.
We're ready to rumble here, and it's January 2004, and they're being tested very often, and this Rutgers team has really rebounded also in terms of coming back. The thing that has impressed me the most is the lack, we just talked about it and showed it, the lack of turnovers that Rutgers has had. And usually, as I touched on a moment ago, the Huskies pride themselves on turning you over, forcing the action, going up and down the floor. But they've been terrific with the lack of turnovers, only 3 in that first half, and it continues here into the second half.
How about this stretch that Rutgers is in right now? They opened up the Big East Conference the other day, Saturday. Lost to Georgetown and a very good Providence team, a great Pittsburgh club. And look at that combined record, 43-2. You can weather that.
First things first, though, right?
Amen. Each dribble's critical, right? 2-point deficit for Connecticut. Up top, Ben Gordon playing with 4. 4 fouls. Keeps alive, penetrates. He wanted it, went for it, didn't get it. Okafor puts it up, blew the bunny. Okafor again, no doubt about that one, tied at 63.
And you don't get to number 1 in the nation by not being smart with the basketball. Down a bucket, what do? They plug that baby right towards the basket. They're relentless. They go after it, hit the offensive glass. Good work, good decision.
Nice delivery inside. Lamizana, oh, he shot a dead ball and went in anyway.
A dead knuckler that just died on the back rim and fell down for him. 6th man at the rack, back at it again.
Gordon fires up over that. He hits a big one. Ben Gordon, 66-65.
Well, go to your strengths. The Huskies have more ammunition at the offensive end than what the Rutgers team does, but Lamizana must be involved at looking at it.
17, Gordon, no on the Wooten jumper. Rebound, Okafor.
That one may have been a little quick, Dave.
Sure was. 15 boards for Okafor. And a foul on Webb as Gordon, you can tell, he's keyed up. He's got one more foul to play with, so he's going to get everything out of it that he can. And again, this is as our colleague and dear friend, the governor, Bill Raftery, would say on this shot, onions!
Don't get me started, please. Yeah, good spacing, though. You have to put a hand up. You have to get out closer to him. He's just lethal from deep.
I'll never forget the shots he made in the Big East Championship game as a freshman. Critical, clutch, nervy shots late in the game. Charlie Villanueva back. He's got a double-double tonight.
And he's also their best, Ben Gordon, their best free throw shooter also.
Webb is out. Doobie's back in for Rutgers. Gordon, Anderson, Tallied Brown, Charlie Villanueva, and Okafor on the floor for the UConn Huskies.
Now, with UConn up 3 points now, most people start to think we need a 3 to tie. Forget about that. Play your half-court set and still look and try to get Lamizana the basketball down low. Get the 2 and creep back into this thing. It's 4 minutes and change to go. Don't start settling for long-range shots just to tie up the score.
Marcus Williams in for Ben Gordon. Exani.
There you go.
Sets up. Lamizana going against Okafor. Oh, look at that defensive play. That is an All-American Player of the Year demonstration right there by Emeka Okafor.
And to avoid the foul also on his 6th block, a big one right there to establish defensively.
From the Mr. Russell School of Defense. Don't even think about bringing it in here. Connecticut leads by 3. Welcome back, everybody. Dave Sims, Jim Spinarkle with you. First time number 1's been in this building and being tested. Rutgers down 3. They've led by as many as 8, but Ben Gordon, Charlie Villanueva, Emeka Okafor brought Connecticut back to this lead here as we come down to the final 3:40. Villanueva playing with 4 fouls, as is Ben Gordon. Somebody, Joel Wiggin, got left in the dust. He got knocked down. Gordon scores largest lead second half for the Huskies of 5 points.
It had to be a sneaky screen down on the left corner of that basketball floor because he did go flying.
Yeah, he ate some wood on that one. Shields gets it over to Doobie. High pick, Lamizana. No roll. Okafor's out there with him. Can he get by him? Spinning. And a foul before.
Good, strong, aggressive move, though, by Lamizana. Get the big fella moving around out there. I mean, he's very, very good defensively, but you neutralize him a little bit by getting him 15 feet away from the basket and force him to slide his feet a little bit.
Let's see, he's got the cotton in the nose. Cut me, Mick. Cut me. Took a shot to the nose. Inadvertent shot. Going for a loose ball with Sean Exani. Herve Lamizana played his high school ball, St. Patrick's High School, New Jersey. And let's take a look at the BMW ultimate drive of the game, and we're going to focus on Charlie Villanueva.
And off they go in a big-time hurry. I love the way he tucks the basketball, that trip behind his head to avoid a shot block, and delivers the goods.
And he gets a big rebound right here. Lamizana can only get 1. Both teams double bonus in effect as we approach 3 minutes to go. Connecticut up 4. I didn't see it, but there must have been something off the ball. Rutgers fans were screaming. Okafor down low. Wheels. Tough shot on the fade. No. Kept alive. Anderson stolen by Shields. Rutgers with the ball. Down 4.
Anderson made the mistake of bringing that ball to the floor. Little guys can gobble it up.
Shields on the shake. Couldn't get it. Rebound, Ben Gordon.
Once again, Dave, if you settle for those long-range shots, they can come back to haunt you. Still plenty of time to go for Rutgers, but I still think they have to test the waters and drive it, look to the basket before they settle for the long-range shots.
Ben Gordon being patient now, can afford to. 16 shot clock, 2:22 game. Charlie Villanueva, oh, that's a big-time shot.
It really is. The thing about him, Dave, he comes up off balance just then, but did you notice how at the top of his leap just then, he didn't get up as high as he normally can, how softly he shot that into the control? Quite an offensive player.
Well, you could see why he had thoughts of going to the pro ranks, because he's got offensive skills, to say the least. Time now to check out the Cooper Tire Defensive Player of the Game. And this is the no-brainer of the evening. It's Emeka Okafor. 6 blocks to this point.
And it's amazing to me how he keeps his body away from the defender. Oh, boy, he is really doing a couple of those with some emphasis.
No, you like that. No question. He spiced up a couple. As you said, Mr. Bill Russell would not like the fact that he put a couple out of play. But then I think the one he did send to the third row, the next couple he kept in play.
Yeah. Evened it off a little bit.
Right. 2:12 to go. As we reset things for you, both teams in the double bonus. There's your timeout story. UConn has the possession arrow. You know, it's stunning to me, and I say this every year. Where are people going? Sellout crowd. There's no way to get out of here quickly. Number one's being pushed, and they're leaving.
Still, well, this is the only way they're thinking to get out of here quickly, to beat everybody. But I don't get it either. I don't come close to getting it.
Their team is playing lights out tonight. Doobie going to fire a three. That one won't go. I think they've missed about the last 4 threes, and they're not valuing the ball here now. In Connecticut, in no hurry, up 6 with the ball.
In the previous 5 minutes, too, they had gotten to the line 8 times and made 7 out of 8 shots from the free throw line. Now they're going away from the basket. Just the exact opposite of what you want to do in close basketball games.
Taking the air out of it right now. Got clock at 10, coming up in about 30. Williams turned the corner. Too strong going away, but no. But here comes Shields. See if they go for another three. They attack, and there's a block.
Attack, you get good things happening for you.
And stop the clock.
If you noticed, even with Connecticut's miss, their last trip down the floor, they were going right at the 10.
Explain that, how kids, and they've played enough, and time and situation is preached all the time, and yet guys will still come down and the wild chucks in the situation.
You know what I think has caused that in basketball? That white line out there, the three-point line.
I hear you.
Has forced kids to really go after the shot further rather than going after the basket.
Glad you could join us for Big East basketball. There's a big part of the story. 72-66, the lead changes, and the ties. And Joel Wiggin will take a seat. Here's Marcus Williams. He goes out. Ben Gordon back in.
Dave, I know you've been around with your kids watching them play against, in young leagues like in the 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. You watch these kids run down the floor. You watch them come walking into the gym. What's the first thing they do? It's almost like there's a wall at the three-point stripe, and they start flinging it up. And it's a carryover effect, and sometimes it can work against you.
And I like having confidence, but sometimes you got to have smarts here. 4-point game. Maybe Rutgers has some magic. But they break the press, Connecticut, easily. It's Alec Brown. Gets it up. Gordon's got it, playing with 4 fouls. Time now to spread them. Gordon.
You don't have to foul as of yet.
Ben doing a good job. Oh, he threw a fastball. And Okafor, the last thing on his mind was a high degree of difficulty pass like that. Rutgers has a life. A minute to go. Down 4.
Good opportunity to go to the basket once again.
Webb's got it way outside. Doobie beyond the hash mark. They need to get going.
Now you got Okafor playing out high.
Lamizana, they're going to go 3 here. Tries to shake him. Down low. They let him play.
Is he ever good defensively?
He is marvelous.
Wow.
And a timeout called by Ben Gordon. He made Herve Lamizana do something that he is not comfortable with, and maybe not capable with, of delivering off the dribble with the left hand.
Because Lamizana made a couple of moves here. It just wasn't one. That's the last part of it that he was forced to go with his left because of Okafor was his ability to sit on the right hand and anticipate where the shot's coming from.
UConn has done a fantastic job when they have been the targeted team in the country. And how about on the road? I'd like to see records all time of #1 teams on the road. That is exemplary. 10-0. Well, the critical factor for Rutgers, they've seen Connecticut put some good defense on them, but Rutgers has made it easy, as you pointed out, since, we got 38-9 left, so you figure going back to the 5-6 minute mark.
Absolutely, and you look at it, And it's bewildering sometimes, and I know Rutgers has been playing a good half-court set all the evening long, and they've been shooting the ball from long range, but you have to mix it up, especially in the last 4 or 5 minutes of a close basketball game.
Take a look at Connecticut's upcoming schedule. They've had a very interesting series with Oklahoma in the last couple of years, then Georgetown at North Carolina, and I'm looking forward to this one a couple of Mondays from now. Number 15, Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh, champions of the Big East tournament last year. They've had some great battles, Pittsburgh and Connecticut in the Big East final last few years. Here's the reset with both teams in double bonus. Connecticut with the possession arrow. Rutgers can stop the clock one more time. And Connecticut can do it twice, but they're in no hurry to do that. Some of the leading scorers tonight, Villanueva with 21 points. Make that Gordon with 21, beg your pardon. And 21 for Okafor. Lamizana has 20. 17 for Shields. Just 6 in the second half and a couple of threes. Somebody lose a contact? No, it was a wet spot. 11 points for Doobie. And Gary Waters in the conference home opener had a lead as big as 8. They need
a foul after a couple of steal attempts. There you go. You spend 3 or 4 seconds in the backcourt, try to gamble and get something close to your own basket. If you can steal it, if not, play the fouling game and stretch it out.
Villanueva, 62% at the line this season. It's been a very, very difficult night, productivity-wise, at the line for Jim Calhoun's Huskies this evening. I think they're passing, they're going to get a passing grade on Jimmy's mental toughness test tonight. They were in position to really, they were falling off that cliff.
Oh, I'll tell you, free throws are just, they may come back to haunt Jim Calhoun. They're still not out of the woods here yet.
That's true. Connecticut, 10 for 23 at the line. Mr. Villanueva, welcome to the Big East. 35-3 to go. His offering is good. They're going to bring in Denham Brown.
Back in for the Huskies.
And he'll come in to pick up Villanueva.
That's to guard the perimeter shot right now. That kind of substitution.
Yeah, he's going to be on Shield. That's a fine matchup. Nice job by
Connecticut going small with their lineup because they think it's going to go long range.
Webb muscles his way in, got the shot off on a foul as he was going to the basket.
Good smarts.
But Tools can't believe the foul was called on him. I guess he thought the player had turned the corner. Stops the clock with 29-3 to go.
Plenty of good things right here. It's to drive to the basket, to do just what you said, stop the clock, get to the free throw line, strengthen the game out, or stretch it out, I should say, to make it a longer game. Just what Connecticut does not want to do. They want to keep that clock moving as much as they can.
Webb 93% at the line. Great rotation. Rutgers has made 10 of its last 11 at the line. And you're right, that 3-4 minute gap stretch, if they've been driving the ball, given the fact that they do have a good hand, they didn't play to their strength tonight. For a 3-point game with a make, got it. And they're still in that you never know territory. Gordon in a hurry.
Not the guy
Gordon, off his foot. What happened?
A
foul on Doobie. Boy, that could have been very interesting because Lamizana had a chance to track it down.
See, in this situation, though, Rutgers has no choice but to try to foul in that situation. Go for the steals. They're very close, but that's a good call from the officiating crew.
Eddie Corbett, Will Bush, and Timmy Higgins working tonight.
The guy they want at the line.
Gordon, 5 out of 6. What do we got? Got a lane violation.
Lane violation. They're going to have one shot, I believe, at this point.
They're going to wave in.
This one's the crucial one to make it a 2-possession game, but with a guy who shoots over 80%, you just took one out of his hands.
Gordon, 5 out of 6. Tonight, 80%. They take one. Students trying to do their best to rattle Ben Gordon. All about poise. 4-point Connecticut lead. They got to get it up the floor and get something here.
Still want to go right to the basket.
Doobie goes hard, lays it up, got it!
Now you play the same game defensively. Go for the steal for 2 or 3 seconds.
Timeout call, Connecticut, 18:5 to go, up 2.
You got to keep your poise if you're Rutgers right now. Force the action as much as you can.
18.5 seconds to go.
You're down 4 points at this point, but Doobie takes control and does the exact thing you want to do in this situation. Don't lose control of yourself. Don't lose your poise. Go to the basket with it. Lengthen this game as much as possible. Now you have yourself in a pretty good position because Gary Waters is doing a great job right now of stretching this game out. And while he's doing that, he's continuing to put, even though he's down 2, he's putting more and more pressure on UConn right now to deliver and execute.
Sellout crowd here at Dirac, 8,044 on hand. This sellout crowd looking for a big Rutgers push here, down 2 to the #1 team in the country. Dave Sims, Jim Spinarco with you. Both teams can stop the clock one more time. Williams fouled, stop the clock with 16:2 to go.
See, that's a good execution defensively just then because they allowed one pass in that they were beaten on. They went over looking for a double team. One other pass came in, so they only took 2 seconds or so off the clock. So another good job by Gary Waters' squad.
Marcus Williams, a freshman from Los Angeles, California, Crenshaw High School, then spent a year at Oak Hill Academy. His first time at the line tonight, 72% at the line, 8 for 11 on the season. Lefty front rims the first. It has been a horrific night at the line for Connecticut, 12 out of 26.
Now, if you're Rutgers right now, Dave, you're thinking one thing if you're the guys in white shirts on that free throw lane. Think miss. That's the only thing you're thinking about right now and block out.
Connecticut next to last in free throw shooting in the early going here in this 2003-2004 season. 2-point game. Williams got that one. 3-point game.
You still have time to go to the hoop right now if you get it down there in a hurry.
Rutgers 10 out of 27 from 3-point range. Need a 3. Webb.
Now they're running out of time.
And a timeout called by Gary Waters. He lost about 3 seconds.
Right. If they could have advanced that up the floor in 3 or 4 seconds and had the momentum going to the basket, a good time to still go for the 2.
That's a season high 27 launches from three-point land by Rutgers tonight. Previous high was 25. They did that twice against UTEP and against Penn State. And the 10 makes ties their second best productivity. They made 12 against Temple, 10 against Northwestern. What do you look for here? Who's your guy? Who's Jim Calhoun looking to defend when they get back on the floor here?
You know what? I know you're going to make this going to sound a little crazy. I wouldn't be surprised to see if I know the way Rutgers has been playing, shooting the basketball from long range. You're down 3 points. My way of going right now is if I get a quick inbounds pass, if the opportunity exists immediately, go right to the basket with it. Hope I get a score or a foul and leaves me with 7 seconds on the clock, hopefully. Now that plays against what Rutgers has been doing all the evening long, shooting the long ball, and I'm aware of that, but they have a lot of weapons. It's hard to defend them.
And they feel good about the way they've shot tonight. They've shot with courage.
And the reason I say it, Dave, is that if you're Connecticut right now, you're thinking, let's defend that three-point perimeter shot right now. So you got to think like a contrarian and go against the flow. If it opens up, drive it right to the basket immediately, and just be careful that Okafor is hanging around, because I keep him right underneath the basket if I'm Connecticut.
First time #1's been in the building and getting tested mightily tonight. Doobie, Lamizana, Wooten's in there, along with Shields and Webb. Somebody going to launch a 3.
They don't have any timeouts yet either.
They go cross-court, dangerous pass. Williams is there, made the steal. Here's Shields with 7. He got hit.
Oh, that's as good as a drive to the basket right there, if you make free throws.
That'll do it for Ben Gordon, his 5th.
Wow, is this ever a desperation inbounds play, huh? He was up to about 3.5 on the count. He elects to go across the court, which is like a major league no-no in that situation. They get a fortunate bounce.
Doobie got the hand in, just got enough on the tip to
come back, too, right?
Ben Gordon done for the evening. What an evening it was. 22 points, 7 of 11 from the field, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. Leading scorer in the ball club at just under 20 points per ball game. 7 seconds to go. And Rutgers down 3. Tallied Brown has entered the game.
See, David, in a weird sort of way with the situation, if they drove to the basket and you have 7 seconds on the clock, it still extends the game. Some people take that long 3, and if you miss it, you're one and done at that point in the game usually.
Shields, 1 of 3 at the line. It's been a good run here by Rutgers. 11 of its last 12 they've made. 83%er. First one good. Wow, nice and smooth, too.
They've answered the last 6 minutes or so down the stretch, shooting their free throws. Same strategy. If the ball goes through the hoop, go for one quick steal if you can get it. But if they miss this shot, quickly foul.
Got it.
He didn't feel good about that one.
He didn't. He rushed it, right?
Where's the
Williams?
Foul?
They don't foul him. Great job, Connecticut. Nobody fouls. Connecticut's going to survive this game. How do you not get a foul? That's amazing.
Unbelievable.
There was no foul. They could not hit one of the Connecticut players, and the Huskies do a fabulous job to get the ball inbounds. Oh, that is remarkable. How do you not foul somebody?
Right there, an opportunity. You see, they had a double team. They were trying to double team. A situation calls for a foul immediately right there. You don't have the luxury of having the extra time on the clock, and then it becomes a game of keep away, and Brown does a good job of dribbling away from the crowd.
75-74, Jim Calhoun's Connecticut Huskies, #1 in the nation, win their Big East opener. They go 12-1 overall and 1-0 in league play, while Rutgers, with the loss, is now 0-2 in conference play. Boy, that's a tough way to go. The Scarlet Knights dropped to 7-4 overall. For Jim Spinarkle and our entire ESPN regional crew, I'm Dave Sims. Glad you could join us. We were treated tonight to a lot of fun basketball as Rutgers really made UConn work to get this W. The monster of the rack lived. Okafor 21 points and 16 rebounds for the Huskies, victorious tonight. This has been a presentation of ESPN+, the worldwide leader in collegiate sports television. Have a good night, everybody. #1 lives for another day.